This is still the best damn football show on the internet, period. I know.
I'm the greatest, you already know. I got the street coins, rich nigga flow. In my arsenal, I got a full clip. I got the John machine, man, I'm on my own shit. I'm the greatest, you already know. I got the street coins, rich nigga flow. In my arsenal, I got a full clip. I got the John machine, man, I'm on my own shit.
What's good? What's popping? Boys are in the building. Season 3 is among us. This is not. That wasn't the original. That wasn't the new intro that I wanted. I'm still waiting for this dumbass to give me what the fuck I was asking for. So I had to shift that up last minute.
Yeah, no. That I see what you're cooking up. I see where you're going. That was fire. I loved it.
Lot of juice from last week. So we're gonna get it popping. We're gonna keep everybody in tune with the Chiefs and the Chargers. Chargers are up 20-8. Started the fourth quarter. Chiefs have the ball. And we'll keep you we'll keep you updated on that. They'll finish that before we finish the show.
Most definitely.
So let's start off. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to start? We're gonna start in college. Let's start with Texas, Ohio State. We'll start.
Oh yeah, that's the hot topic. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's start Texas, Ohio State. So everybody's up in arms right now with, we overhyped Arch and he looked bad and this. Mm-hmm. Give me your assertion of what happened in Ohio State with Texas, with Arch Manning. You tell me where you stand, because we're going to give it to you better than ESPN will. We're going to give it to you better than Fox Sports and all these other dummies. I'm gonna hand it off to my brother Moolis right now.
I just want to know how many people actually watched the game, because I posted it on Facebook, right? Here comes the Arch is trash narrative. Here it comes. Mm-hmm. Because I knew everybody was going to overreact based off one okay game. He didn't even have a bad game. He had an okay game. And y'all expected, and this is the reason why everybody's trying to write him off, because he didn't come out and throw for 300, 400 yards, and his last name is Manning. Y'all have to relax. First and foremost, like I said, it's not like he played a bad game. He played an okay game. All right? Everybody's making it seem like, what's his name? Super Saiyan on the other side played a great game.
He did not.
Right? If we're being honest, no quarterback that was
a defensive game
in the top 10 or projected in the top draft in the top prospects of the draft played well, except for Sellers. That's it. So I don't really know
who they played. Who did South Carolina play again?
South Carolina played.
Was it? Hold
on, because I freaking watched that game, and Sellers was South Carolina played. Hold on, wait, I gotta go back to week 1 because they played VTech. Yeah, they played VTech, which is Sunday. Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, which is not a.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes as the season progresses, right? As the season kicks on, we're definitely going to see how he plays, right? But everybody's expecting Arch to have this crazy, outstanding game. Like Ohio State isn't the national championships. Like they don't have a new defensive coordinator. They don't have really good defenders that are also young, right? So, of course, we knew that he was going to struggle in some senses. This is the first actual time that the keys are in his hand. This is the thing that this is the problem that I had a problem with everybody else saying this specifically, right? Because Bomani said it, Ryan Clark said it, everybody said it. There's not enough film on Arch. We haven't seen enough of him. How are we supposed to do this and this and this? How is he a top prospect when we haven't seen enough of him? Obviously, we have, considering Ohio State was able to game plan around his strengths and or weaknesses. My coach used to say, if they put it on film, then I can fucking game plan for it. That's exactly what happened. He started in 2 games last year. What did we see? A long run in which he ran over 21 miles a goddamn hour, and a few passes, or a few games, both those games where he had some really good passing attempts. Both those things you can game plan for. What happened in the Ohio State-Texas game? They game plan for it, right? Fucked off his timing, right? Because he's a really good timing spot quarterback, right? Look who his dads are. Or look who his dad is. Look who his uncles are. Hello, right? Fuck off his timing, right? Throw off his footwork. He has very good footwork for a young quarterback. A lot of people don't know that. Very, very good footwork. Throw off his poise, right? Send a rush at him, right? Send a whole bunch of different packages and blitzes at him. Send a whole bunch of coverages at him, right? And now we're going to see what the young kid can do. Not only that, we're going to see what Steve can do. We're going to see what Sarkisian can do, because now it's going to become a game to where, are you going to protect your young quarterback by shielding him away from all of this stuff, or are you just going to go ahead and let him rock, let him take his licking, let him learn, and let him proceed on, right? Everybody expected him to do the first thing, right? Steve was like, yeah, no, he's going to learn today. He's going to learn today. That's why they kept passing late into the game. Y'all got to remember, it was a 7-point game.
Well, I think he took the governor off, if you ask me, because watching the game and going through everything, if you watch the first 2 quarters, 2.5, everything was short routes, a lot of safe stuff. Even the interception that he threw, that wasn't on Arch. That was a shitty route by the wide receiver. That was a horrible route by the wide receiver.
Horrible.
I'm gonna clip it up. I can't put it in YouTube because we're gonna get fucking copyright. And I don't want to get copyright.
We've been getting copyrighted, trying to break down some film and show y'all some clips and some proof and stuff. And you know how we like to keep receipts.
Right. So, but that was just a bad route by the wide receiver. And the corner played it because he beat the corner. Corner underplayed it. He cut underneath it, picked it off. And it wasn't till the second, I'm gonna say like midway through the third quarter, it's when they let him rip it. They let him go. Mm-hmm. Did he make some bad throws in the second half? Of course. I mean, he's a young quarterback. Everybody's gonna make bad throws. But you got to see when they took the governor off, let him go. He's got to learn. And on top of it, he was playing against a Super Bowl defensive coordinator.
Literally.
How did they let Travis Kelce get open? Sorry.
Again.
Bullshit.
You're going to punch Travis Kelce, man, to make sure you knock him the fuck out.
And then, he did some other Mahomes-ass shit before the drive, in the middle of the drive. But anyway, they still got to go for 2. And why they keep playing his ass? Get his ass off the field. Anyway, so oh my God.
I seen the same thing. I seen the same thing. I already know where you're going. Because why?
Why? Why do you have him? I don't know why they keep putting linebackers on Travis Kelce. That makes no sense.
Even then, that was a horrible read by this. Why would you drop him?
Yeah, you don't have to drop. Your main focus is just to play deep.
Just play deep, play coverage, bro. He's gonna run right to you.
All right, good play. They didn't get the 2-point conversion. All right, anyway, Arch is going. He's not going to see anything like that for the rest of the season. He's not.
Yeah, no,
he's not. Until they play Ohio State again in the playoffs, they're not going to. He's not going to like that. Matt Patricia had a good game plan. He's got the athletes to execute it. Right. Ohio State did a great job. Sark doesn't know. He gets nervous in big games. We see it we've seen it in the playoffs. We see it in the national championship game. He gets shitty. Like he gets very, not the national championship game, but before the national championship, he gets he gets tight. Like his little asshole get tight, and he doesn't know how to call plays.
Yeah. Finger gets tight a little bit, not even a little bit, a lot of it, and everything goes out the window. He starts like
everything goes out the window.
Shit in the dirt.
Right. And then, listening to everybody, oh, well, how could he be a Heisman candidate when he's never started or this is his first start? They always do that. Like, this is how college football works. Like, that's
right. And see, that was my thing, right? Because everybody, he's this Heisman candidate and he's projected number 1 pick, and don't they always do that every year?
That's how college football is.
That's college football. Why are we acting like this shit don't happen every single year?
Right. Like, and they talk about, take him off the Heisman watch and this, that, and the third, yada, 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 over one game. Johnny Manziel's first game, his first start. Horrible. It was worse than Arch's. Worse than Arch's. He still won the Heisman that year. One game doesn't change especially if it's in the beginning of the season.
Let me remind everybody that there's a Heisman winner that was a walk-on. Like he did not have a scholarship. Let me remind it. Like y'all want to sit up here and focus on one game. Baker Mayfield did not have a scholarship. He walked on and played so well that he won Heisman. Didn't win a national championship because Oklahoma didn't play particularly well. It wasn't Baker's fault, it was Lincoln Riley's fault, to be honest with you. They didn't play particularly well in that playoff game.
The defense didn't play.
But Baker still won. And don't get me wrong, I'm not, like I said, it's not Baker's fault, but that play calling that Link was on, he got Steve Sarkisian syndrome. Whenever the game get too big, his butthole get a little tight and he starts to forget shit.
Yeah. So as far as Arch goes, and then I'll get to Ryan Clark. I want to do that now.
Yeah, because it's going to be a perfect segue because I'm just going to end it off on this. It's one game and he's a young quarterback. He's going to have growing pains. He's going to have struggles. He's going to have times and moments to where he's going to have mishaps and mistakes. And he's going to grow and build from that. We're not going to sit up here and act like his uncles were the perfect fucking quarterbacks when they were in college. We're not going to sit up here and act like Tom Brady was the perfect quarterback when he was in college.
Well, that's what I was going to get to because
this is the reason why I said it was a perfect transition.
Right. Because the rhetoric from one Ryan Clark that Arch isn't a generational talent, but no one said Arch was a generational talent. Not one person.
Who said that? I've never heard that at all.
No one's ever said that.
Not once.
And we don't know. And a generational talent because he was like, who did he say? He said Mahomes was a generational talent. Patrick Mahomes is not a generational talent. Generational talent. He said Josh Allen. That's what it was. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. These are not generational talents. Just so we understand this. Generational talents don't go to Wyoming. Okay? Generational talents don't end up at Texas Tech. Now, you can be a good player and develop into a great player. But that's not what a generational talent is. A generational talent is somebody that you see in high school, and then they are that in college, and then they are that when they get to the pros. You know what a generational talent is? Deion Sanders, Charles Woodson, okay? Lamar Jackson, generational talents. Talent. Okay? Bo Jackson, generational talent.
Travis Hunter, generational talent.
Barry Sanders, generational talent.
That's different.
Okay? For everybody, I will do this so that y'all can understand that I am not even bullshit.
I already know you're going.
Calvin Johnson, generational talent. Odell Beckham, generational talent. Now, does it mean generational talent becomes superstar? Understand that. There's more evidence of the 3-star becoming great than the generational talent becoming great.
Mm-hmm.
Understand.
Exactly.
Okay? Because we'll even go Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, whether you like it or not, generational talent. It just hasn't materialized in the NFL.
I mean, it's crazy, right? Because everybody likes to have their own definition of generational talents, but
I'll add one more just because I think that's where you wanted. Cameron, generational talent.
Yeah, like, and it's just funny, right? Because like we said, nobody said that Peyton or Tom Brady or Drew Brees, nobody said they were generational talent.
Nobody
ever uttered those words. So
they worked their ass off.
You know what I mean? The fact that you decided to bring that up in the same name as Arch is crazy, because like nobody said that Arch was a generational talent. Like he has
wasn't Arch on, wasn't he like a 3 or 4? Now I don't even think he was a 4-star quarterback coming out.
Yeah, nah, because the competition that he played with at his school was not good. So like there was really like they said, there's really nothing to grade him on, right? But generational talent is something that we see not every single day, right? And we see big ass athletes like Josh Allen. We see athletes or improvisers like Patrick Mahomes, right? But you don't see athletes like a Lamar Jackson every single day. That's the thing. That's the difference between a regular athlete and a generational talented athlete, right? You see somebody like Arch, the prototypical build, right? 6'4", 225, et cetera, but they may not have the talent that somebody else has, right? This is the reason why there's a difference.
What is being missed in all of this, and why all the hype behind Arch, is not generational talent. It's the pedigree in which he comes from.
Exactly.
He comes from good pedigree. His grandfather, his father, his uncles. It's the pedigree in which he comes from. That's what the big deal is.
Yeah. That's why he's getting. See, and I don't understand why people act like they don't know how brand and notoriety and name works. It matters, guys. Like, I don't know. Do y'all not know that? It matters. Like,
a lot.
Lineage matters. As we can see, hello, who the fuck have they not shut up about since the nigga got drafted in the 5th round? The Sanders boys. Oh my God. Shiloh got cut. Who the fuck haven't they been able to shut up about? Shiloh. So of course, because his name was Sanders and the weight it carries, of course it's going to be talked about, and of course he's going to get more hype than he probably deserves. Same thing with who? Arch Manning, because he's a Manning. 2 of his uncles literally work for ESPN and the NFL. They're literally legends in the game. Do you really think that they're, regardless of who his fucking dad is, right? And even though his dad is still a legend at Ole Miss and at his high school, because his dad was literally deemed, per Peyton and Eli's words, the most athletic.
His father was the only one coming out of high school that was a 5-star recruit.
That was a 5-star recruit, dog. The numbers that his dad put up at receiver were stupid. Him and Peyton were literally supposed to go to Tennessee together because that was tradition, right? Eli was the only one who didn't go. Who was too?
No, Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Peyton was the one who switched it up.
Fucked it up. Yeah.
Everybody else was supposed to go to was supposed. It was the Ole Miss family, right? But it's tradition, bro. It's the same thing with Shanahan. Why the fuck you think they don't shut up about Kyle? Why he hasn't been able to win one yet?
It's like
his daddy.
I don't like the argument that people say, well, if his name wasn't Manning, we wouldn't make a big deal. Or his name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't make a big deal about it. You goddamn right.
Duh.
You fucking right. That's the point. That's what we're talking about. It's like, understand, if Timmy Chang at Hawaii set all the records, Colt Brennan set all the records. If their last name was Marino or Montana, bro, people would be jizzing over themselves. But because it's Colt Brennan, Quentin Johnston is whooping their ass. He done scored again.
Dog, brother done found the
he found them hands.
Man, what? He done found the gloves of life.
All right. And on top of this, Ryan Clark also said that Justin Herbert doesn't show up in big games. So, first game of the season with this nucleus and what the expectations are for this team, big.
Almost. Especially
hold on. They threw a flag.
or a 10-point lead.
They do a flag. Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
Yeah. So when you have the name means something. It means something. I'm sorry to tell you that if Barry Sanders' son, when he was playing in college, he got a lot of eyes on him, a lot of stuff because who his father is.
Yeah.
Everybody made a big deal. We'll get to the Notre Dame game here in a second about Plexico Burris' son, about Jerome Bennett's son, about Brian Urlacher's son. All of these legacy kids that are playing at Notre Dame. Why? Because of who their fathers are and what their last name is.
Every single time they bring up Christian McCaffrey, who do they bring up?
Yeah. The same way the Bosa brothers got it from their father. Like, there's a lot. Like, football is probably the most legacy-driven, like, legacy sport. Like, there's a lot of legacies in football.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand why y'all think that that names don't hold weight. They very much do. Like, I'm sorry. I know y'all hate it, but they hold weight, bro. That it is what it is.
So much so that Ryan Neese, if y'all don't know who Ryan Neese is because he wanted it that way. He said, I changed my last name because I didn't want people to treat me any different because of who my father is. And for those who don't know who Ryan Neese is and who his father is, Ryan Neese's father is Ronnie Lott. Okay? Ronnie Lott. Ryan Neese played linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
He said this, coming out of college, going through college, all this, he said, nah, let me change. I don't want people to treat me any different or do this or do that just because of who my dad is. That's how much pressure it is. Because no one was going to let him live being who he was because of who how great his father was. Marvin Harrison Jr. has to live up to his father. They play the same position. Every time he did something, look how many yards he had his rookie season. Look how many yards his father had his rookie season. You are always going to be compared to your father if your father was great. They do it to Steph Curry, and his father wasn't even half as good as Steph.
Mm-hmm. Like, y'all don't think y'all understand just how many players were in the NFL that have dads that were in the NFL. That's the reason why their name carries weight.
Yeah, we did that show. Was it last year we did the show?
Yeah. Like Marvin Harrison Jr. His name's always going to carry weight. It's always going to be something about his name.
I didn't know Jalen. What's the receiver? Jalen Rager.
Yeah, Jalen Rager.
Yeah. I didn't know his dad played in the league. Like, there's a bunch. Like, there's a lot of dudes. We might have to do that show again. Updated.
Yeah. Shit, Howie Long and Chris Long, freaking Kyle Long. They never shut up about them two brothers when they were in the fucking league, ever. Like literally ever. So like it's just I don't understand why y'all don't think that names won't carry weight. Like even in coaching aspects, they carry weight, bro. Like I said, with the Shanahans, they carry weight. With the Belichicks, Bill Belichick. And how his son is still coaching with him, right? Bill Belichick goes to college, niggas ain't shut up about it since. Why? Because he's Bill Belichick. If his son goes off and gets a head coaching job tomorrow, guess what? That's all they're gonna talk about.
Yep, the Shanahans, the Weisses, the whatever trees are there. Just talking about family wise.
Like it's y'all, it's just y'all. Y'all don't.
I'll have to write that one down.
They're always gonna make a narrative. They're always gonna make something to talk about when it comes to legacy players. When it comes to kids who have dads, especially dads that come from such high stature, if they're in the league, bro, like
they're supposed to do it. I don't understand why you think they're not supposed to do it.
Starting from high school, it's going to happen. Like it happened with Shador. It happened with Arch. It's gonna. with big prominent names, you're going to have that. It is what it is. You're going to have it. Wait till Brady's son gets of age. Wait till Drew Brees' son gets of age.
Yeah.
You think you're going to shut up about them? No. They're going to talk our ears off about Brady and Brees and Brady and Brees and Manning. And
Phillip Rivers' son is in Texas right now.
Kurt Warner's son is at Fresno right now.
Yeah. Like,
his story's crazy.
So it's like people with common sense and those of us with brains, we understand that, yes, is Arch going to get more press than the average quarterback? 100%. Is Shador going to get more coverage than Cam Ward? 100%. Because they're interesting. They are what they call polarizing. People have something to say about that, whether positive or negative. Someone has something to say,
and they have Hall of Fame daddies.
Well, that's the hope. Because of that. But there's nothing polarizing to talk about Cam Ward.
Well, and this is the thing, right? Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like I said, a lot of people don't understand this factor, right? When you come from such a prominent name, that carries something. Like, I know y'all don't get it, but it carries something. Cam, unfortunately, does not come from a prominent name. Like he said, he's seen his dad get up every single day, go to work, come home, right? There are players who did not experience that because they experienced a different lifestyle from being an adolescent, from being a child. So when you are a person like a Shador Sanders, like a Shiloh, and you have a dad who has a stature in the name of Deion Primetime Sanders, understand that even though people may not like him, even though that he got drafted where he is, that name still carries weight because of who his father is. Just like Arch, bro, there's no way he's going to escape the questions. Oh my God, how is Peyton? Oh my God, how is Eli? Oh my God, have you seen the championship trophies? Have you seen the rings? Did you get to go to the... It's because of who their father is. Think about it like this. Bo Jackson's nephew is on the Raiders practice squad right now.
Yep.
As soon as the tabloids found that out, they haven't stopped posting it anywhere. You can find it's everywhere. Bo Jackson's nephew, Bo Jackson's nephew, Bo Jackson's nephew, Bo Jackson's nephew. Even got him an interview. Nobody would have ever known.
I would have never. When I saw it, I was like, "That's crazy," but it makes sense.
Nobody
look at him.
Weird.
Yep. Then
number 4 was on the Raiders, but because his last name is Jackson, oh my God, that's just a regular last name, not just a regular last name. It's attached to somebody that prominent. Oh, wait a minute, Bo Jackson. Oh yeah, now that's something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's something interesting. Yeah.
Just think about it. Who they talk about during the Pro Bowl for 2 days?
Come on, guys.
A 13-year-old Marshall Manning. Why? He's Peyton's son.
Because he's Peyton Manning's son.
And he's throwing a football to Pro Bowl wide. And he looks the part at 13. Then fast forward 2 weeks ago, whose middle school games were they showing?
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because like literally they're showing that, right? But at the same time, y'all got to remember this viral video of Tom Brady in the backyard throwing to his teammates' sons, Welker, Edelman. Like, he's throwing to them. So imagine when they get older and you find out, hold on, wait, Welker,
that was
Edelman.
You.
Huh? Wait a minute. Those names sound familiar. Amendola. Those names sound familiar. Oh my God. They're not going to stop talking about them. Thaddeus Moss ain't even freaking in the NFL, and they still talk about who his dad. They still talk about it because of who his dad.
And they made a big deal when he was at LSU.
And they made a big ass deal when he was at LSU, when he was in the draft.
So we got understanding that it's not wrong to talk about these players because of their legacy, of whose legacy they are attached to. Because just think about it. I'll take my my circumstance in
Gracious.
Why is he this open? What is going on right now?
That's fucked up. They can't keep letting him get away with practice.
Oh my God. Anyway, how do you lose him like that?
Looking at it.
It's fucking Tyreek Hill bullshit all over again.
Oh my God.
Who was number 2? You're an idiot. Mind you, that was 3rd down.
Exactly.
Sorry, y'all. The game, like watching this damn Chiefs game. All right, but I'll take my who I'm attached to. My uncle. It's not my father, but it's my uncle. I'm attached to his legacy. So I played for him. I went to another team because we had to shut our team down for a season. So I went and played for the Brooklyn Bengals. I was in practice for 2 days. They called my uncle. Matter of fact, it happened more than once. It happened twice. But this is the second time. I'll tell you about the first time. Said, look, call my uncle. He's definitely related to you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. His work ethic, how he plays hard, yada, yada, yada. He definitely worked and practiced and trained under you. I can see it in him. Same thing happened when I was in D.C. I was playing for the Washington Chiefs. Head coach Robert Miles knew my uncle. The second he heard who I was, oh, you good. You ain't, I got you. I know where you come from. It happens in regular life. It doesn't happen just in the NFL. It happens in regular life.
Oh, most definitely. I tell my mom about this every single time we talk about just track or in general. Senior year of high school, I make it to state, and over the announcer, I hear Mount Pleasant High School. Now, that's my mom's alma mater, out there in the Bay Area, but world-renowned in track, state championships, all kind of crazy shit, right? So as I'm warming up, right, the announcers, they're calling out the heats and stuff like that, so I'm in the next heat calling out my name, right? Out of nowhere, kid you not, out of nowhere, I'm sitting there warming up, stretching literally by myself, headphones on. Out of nowhere, this black man with glasses, huge lips, right, comes up to me, and he was just like, I know your mama. Just like that. Kid you not, I almost punched him in the face. Almost punched him in the face.
It's crazy. You know my mama.
You know what I mean? It's crazy first opening statement, brother. I don't know you from a can of paint. I know your mama. What? Brother, hold on. What do you mean? Right? No, your mama's a Manny Williams. She used to run for me. Yeah, no, if you're anything like her, yeah, I'll be watching.
Yeah.
Never met this man ever in my life. I had to call my mom, like, bro, you got motherfuckers watching me? She was just like, what are you talking about? I think your track coach just tracked me down, bro. Like, and she said, what? Called the man on the spot. And they had a whole 35, 40-minute conversation about meet me and all kind of shit like that. Yeah, you're me and my mom don't even have the same last name. But he understood, like, wait, I heard that name just sounds, nah, wait a minute. Like, yeah, your legacy, the people who you are attached to, it's always going to follow you no matter what.
It's going to follow you no matter what. So, and they're not doing anything wrong by giving Shador more attention than they do Cam Ward or Arch more than they give the fucking quarterback from Texas A&M. It's not, no, that's what you're supposed to do.
And can I point something out real quick? Y'all make it seem like this is a bad thing, but y'all realize that this is exactly what their parents like worked hard for, right? The notoriety, the noticement.
Look, I tell my wife this because she's very like humble in herself, and when she introduces herself to, we have a dance studio. She has a dance studio, and parents come in with their kids, and I could teach them this, I could teach them that. I'm like, fuck all that. You tell them straight up, yo, I dance for Cher. I dance for Tony Braxton. I dance for
you are.
Yeah, I went to Juilliard. Like, you tell them all. Like, you didn't work and bust your ass to not tell nobody that.
To not get the notoriety and recognition that you worked hard for. Nah.
Look, I will tell the story about me making the Ravens practice squad till the day I die. Do you know why? I didn't play a single down in the NFL, but I will let everybody. I was on the Ravens practice squad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I worked for that.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for that.
I did that.
Like, it may not be some people may look at it, man, you didn't even play in the league. But you know what? I got further than you did.
Got there.
I got to the door. They didn't open it all the way, but I got to the door.
I got to tiptoe on that motherfucker a little bit before they kick me out.
I got to look inside and see the furniture.
You feel me? I ain't get to touch nothing, but I got to peek my head. Oh, y'all got some nice shit in here.
Yeah. Like, I worked hard to tell people that bullshit. I did that. I can do that. All right. So when they're doing this, like these kids are going through this, it is what it is. It's just how life goes. It's just how life goes.
It is what it is. I know y'all don't like it because a lot of y'all don't come from prominent family members, but
yeah, some kids don't come from shit.
Yeah. You feel me? I get it. Y'all be salty because y'all parents' name be attached to drugs and hardship and not accolades. Even
in Queens, the Supreme Team, my cousin Kendu, Green Eye Born, I'm known. They won't mess with me because of that.
Well, yeah, and that's another positive, right?
It's a positive. It's like they were like, no, don't fuck with him. He good. Leave him alone.
You know what I mean? That's the positives for some people, right? Because in certain hoods, in certain places, you can go places and you good.
You good in the hood.
Exactly, because of, you know what I'm saying? Because of who you know. You feel me? Oh, no, that's fam over there. Oh, no, we can't fuck with him. That's fam.
But that's the same thing of why are they talking about him? He ain't do shit. That was his cousin. Don't matter.
Yeah, don't matter.
I'm still attached to that.
Yeah, that's still me right there. You feel
That's
me?
how it happens everywhere. Y'all just got to look at it in terms that y'all understand it in.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yeah, it's all connections at the end of the day. It's all connections. You feel me?
Colorado. Colorado. I'm upset. They played a very good game.
Yes, they did.
Okay, I'm gonna take that back. They played an incomplete game that they should have won.
Yes, that's a better statement, most definitely.
They could have won that game. They could have been up by like 21 points at halftime.
Easily 3 touchdowns.
Easily. But, you know, that's not how it goes, and we don't do hypotheticals here. But that was a very winnable game for them. The defense must do better. You cannot allow a quarterback to run all over you like that. That's insane. That's stupid.
You got to stop the run. Now, I will preface this by saying I understand that it's Georgia Tech, and the offense that they run can be very, very confusing and very discombobulating to people who don't see it a lot. I get that, okay? Because, like I said, it's Georgia Tech. They oftentimes do this to a lot of Power 5 teams, just a lot of good teams, right? They had fucking 400-plus yards on Georgia last year, right? Mm-hmm. We get it, okay? But at the same time, you can't allow that to happen, bro. You cannot allow that to happen.
Not that. That was way too much. That was out of control.
You cannot allow that. Not to that caliber. You cannot allow that to happen, bro. You have to stop. They couldn't pass on you, obviously, but you have to stop the run. You have to be disciplined and stop the run. Now, I get it, right? Everybody's saying that Warren Sapp was probably going to be upset with his D linemen and stuff like that. I would say more on the linebackers.
It's the linebackers. And I thought
they got an earful after that game.
And I thought the linebacking core would have been better this year. I mean, like I said, it's only game one. So
it's only game one. I'm not going to put too much on it. I just understanding the team, understanding the caliber, understanding that offense. I ran that offense in high school. I understand how confusing it can be. But like I said, and like we talked about, you got to have disciplined linebackers. Read your keys, fellas. Read your keys.
You got to. But we said that how they look in this game was going to dictate how the rest of the season was going to go, at least for us. If that's what they're going to do, and I know they'll fine-tune the little stuff with the quarterback runs and stuff like that. I like the offense. What's his name? Julian.
I think Julian Lewis. I think his last name is
Lewis. Yeah, Lewis. He's going to get some snaps this week against Delaware.
Yeah.
This motherfucker got wheels.
Sater, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Justin Herbert just took off like a fucking bat out of hell.
Yeah, nah, his turnaround is crazy for how the size he is. But I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like we said, Colorado could have very much won this game, but that quarterback, the throws that he missed,
Yeah.
those like outside of the defense, right? And this is the thing before we get into like the nitty-gritty and the gist of this game.
See, what happens before you get, and I'm gonna say, if he makes those throws, Georgia Tech's not allowed to run the ball the way that they did. They have to throw the ball.
Exactly. Not to mention, like I said, before the season even started, they have athletes at running back this year.
Mm-hmm.
They have athletes. They have a transfer, and they have a guy who was a freshman last year. He's a return sophomore. Them boys can tote the rock.
That's the one thing that I was very positive about, was the fact they finally look like they have a comparable running game to get those tough yards. Something. So now when they do play action, you have to respect it.
Exactly. And outside of the quarterback missing throws, outside of them obviously not calling the 2 timeouts at the end of the game, you got a bona fide stud over there. You got a bona fide stud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First name is Omarion, last name is Miller.
Yeah, he didn't get no. I think he got one pass thrown at him in the first half or some bullshit like that.
And like one in the second.
Like you got to get Omarion Miller the ball.
You have to get him involved, some way, shape, or form. Bro, I do not care. There's no way you can have a guy at that caliber and not get him involved in some way, shape, or form. I don't care. There's you have to get him involved. You got to get him going some way, somehow. If you're gonna have a two head back feel like that, and I know with the ability and just how fast he processes the field and how good his footwork is, how poised he is, just how athletic he is. When you put Julian in that spot, those 2 running backs, you have those weapons. We you know what I mean? We got to get something going here. But something has to change. We cannot have the same recipe because missed throws, bad play calls in certain spots. We can't have that. And we got to get our athletes involved. There's no reason as to why Omarion shouldn't have been more involved in that game.
100%. Like he's, you made me think of something that I didn't really pay too much attention to, but I'm gonna do it right now, because I was so like locked in on everything else that I forgot to lock in on the other things. Okay, and then I was right. Did it again. Jeremiah Smith only had 6 catches for 43 yards.
I think he had three drops in that game.
Texas does a very good job against him. Mm-hmm. We saw it in the playoff last year. Was it in the playoff last year?
Yeah.
Like he's, like I said, phenomenal talent, but against really good defenses and good cornerbacks. Oh, they kneeling already?
Starts to play small.
Oh shit, that's game.
Just might be.
Yeah, they kneeling.
Yeah, they taking these.
Big
win.
Yep. So, the Chargers open up week 1 with a 27-21 win over the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes boy played like some garbage. That's what I expected. The Chargers will be a lot better this year under Jim Harbaugh. Mm-hmm. I want y'all to know that. The addition of Keenan Allen is going to help them out tremendously. And if this is what you're going to get from Quinton Johnson, this might get nasty because they're going to be able to run the ball.
I just want everybody to know that my prediction that the Chiefs won't make the playoffs is very much still alive.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be tough for them. And we'll see what the Raiders look like this week, and we're going to see what the Broncos look like. Mm-hmm. If some of the stats that I was looking at about Geno Smith and how he plays better indoors than outdoors, they said the Raiders play 11 indoor games this year.
Yeah, we play 11 indoor games this year.
And the numbers that Geno puts up indoors, stupid.
Top 10 every single category.
So if that holds weight, the AFC West, like I said, the AFC West and the NFC East are going to be the toughest divisions in the league.
Oh, most definitely. Almost definitely.
CD 34.
Talk your shit, dog. Talk your shit.
So, yeah. So that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough on Kansas City in this division. It's going to be rough. This division is going to be hard. It's going to be crazy.
Well, I mean, because everybody in this division got better, really, except for them, right? Chargers got better defensively. Obviously, they have some really good young weapons that they trust in. So there's that. You can't really rely on one corner if you're the Chiefs, which they've been doing, especially since they let Snead go. And I understand that they have really good linebacker play, but linebackers can't cover receivers at all. So there's that. Chargers really got really good, got a lot better in the running game. Like I said, they brought back Keenan Allen, so their offense is looking really fiery as well. But it's just like I said, the Chiefs, Travis Kelce's getting a lot older. You don't really have the firepower that you had once before with Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman. And like I said, I've been saying this for years. Nobody fears them anymore. They don't have that scared. They don't have that fear factor. So
no,
and a team like that, it's just we're ready to play, and nobody's going to lay down for them just because of the Chiefs.
No, they will not. And understanding that they are not going. I'm just going through this real quick because they were in the red zone a lot, not a lot, but enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you only came away. You got two touchdowns, but a lot of missed opportunities. We're talking about the Chiefs, and we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and what the expectation is of a Patrick Mahomes. Because everybody's going to look at, he threw for 258 yards. He threw the touchdown. He ran for 57 yards and a touchdown. How much more can you want from him? A lot, because he set the standard.
I was going to say, compared to his standard, you can say a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering how Justin Herbert played on the other side of the ball.
Right. And then that's where I'm going to get to, where Justin Herbert had 318 yards and 3 touchdowns and ran for 32 yards. Which is crazy that for Jim Harbaugh team, they didn't have a lot of rushing yards. I mean, they had 90 total. Omarion Hampton had 48. Justin Herbert had 32. Najee Harris only had 1 carry for 5. Darius Davis had 1 carry for 3. And Tyler Conklin had 1 for 2 yards. That's untypical. That's not typical of a Jim Harbaugh team. Like, I don't think he wants Justin Herbert throwing the ball 34 times.
Not particularly. I don't think every week, no.
Yeah, I think he wants him in between that 22 to 25 range, 28 range, less than 30. And I would think he would want more production out of the running game. But, he's going to get it how he lived. And today, they lived off of Justin Herbert.
Well, yeah, and I think that's more of the game plan because we all know how Jim Harbaugh operates. He's going to lean into his strengths. And when it comes to the Chiefs, we understand that their run defense is pretty well. They got some good linebackers.
It's probably their strength. Their secondary is probably their weakest point.
And their secondary is the weakness, right? So when you have athletes like Vlad, when you got a Keenan Allen, when you got those 2 young backs and Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton, yeah, we can spread the ball around and really kind of go to work here and make these corners stress, right? And they did, right? Make TV stress out.
Quentin Johnson had 5 catches for 79 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ladd McConkey has 6 catches for 74 yards, no touchdowns. Keenan Allen had 7 catches for 68 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Conklin, and I like Tyler Conklin. That's a very underrated pickup for them. I don't know why the Jets let him leave. That's stupid, but whatever. And he's a Harbaugh type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 catches for 50 yards. Will Dissly had 1 catch for 18 yards. Omarion Hampton, that's what he's going to get. I think he's going to get more involved in the passing game as the season goes on. He had 2 catches for 13 yards. So they spread the ball out. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players caught passes.
Yeah, sounds like a Joe. Sounds like a Harbaugh offense. I'm not gonna lie to you. Everybody's gonna see some love. Everybody's gonna get opportunities. Just make sure you execute. And as long as we can execute every single play, everything we do at a high level, we should win this game.
Yep.
100%. So I mean, this is right up the alley. I see like we said, this is going to be a tough division for really every single team. But this is what I see from Harbaugh, right? I see a lot of run action. I see a lot of different, strategical game plans when it comes to different opponents. Obviously, they went with Herbert on the game plan, or leaned more on Herbert today. But next week, who's to say that they don't lean more on Mario Hampton, Najee Harris in that backfield? So this is right up par for Harbaugh. I think, the Chargers are going to be one of the best teams in, if not the league, then that division for sure.
Yeah, I mean they're and like I said, this is year 2 of Harbaugh. This is when everything starts to click, when the molding really starts to harden and everything gets to going. That defense, if that defense can tighten up, because they let some down the field things happen that they shouldn't have let happen tonight. But they tightened it up in the red zone where they needed to be, holding the Chiefs to 2 touchdowns, and there's field goals all after that.
Is that Cam and Kay Adams?
Say it again.
Hello. Cam and Kay Adams. Hold on, wait a minute.
So
hi now.
So to hold them to what they did, that defense did their job. And the offense did just what they needed to do. So if they're going to go out and they're going to get anywhere from 21 to 28 points a game, and that defense can hold his water, they're going to be a tough out, because that running game is what he's going to lean on coming the second half.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think, and when it comes to particularly the Chiefs, anytime you can hold them under 24 points, you can. You're big.
The odds of you winning is high.
Yeah, very high. So I think, with how the team constructed is in LA, if they can maintain health, that's the biggest thing, because we understand the Chargers, unfortunately, do suffer from a lot of serious injuries, especially coming down the pipeline. So if they can maintain health on the defensive side of the ball, we understand that they lost Slater, but it doesn't look like they seem to be missing any steps there. But if they can just kind of maintain that, I guess, 12 to 15, even maybe top 11 defense, that offense is gonna win them games for sure. So I think they'll be solid.
Yep. I meant to do this. Well, I guess we're still going, but I'll do it right now. Last year we had the layout drive of the week, and we had the Mr. Clay questionable calls of the day. We're gonna get to those. I'm gonna get all those, but we have a new addition this year, this season. We got the quarter last word best catches of the week.
Hands up if you getting that. Tell me if you getting that money, that guac, that cheese. Everybody hands up, doing your thing in the club. Hands up if you getting that. Tell me if you getting that money, that guac, that cheese. Everybody hands up, doing your thing in the hood. Hands up, doing your thing in the club. Hands up, get a glimpse of me. Later might be too late.
No. I don't argue. I say what I said.
Yeah. Those are the top 3 catches of the week. I'm only doing 3. If you got any more, you do your own goddamn list. This is ours. We're only doing 3. If we do it any longer than that, we'll be here all damn night. Everybody bitching and moaning. What about this catch? What about that catch? We're only doing 3.
Yeah. So a lot of players, a lot of teams, a lot of catches. Okay. If it didn't make the list, it didn't make the list. But your boy Moo is actually working on another segment for lists just for y'all. So stay tuned for that, because I'll have it rolling out for y'all next week.
Yeah. Okay. So we got that Notre Dame, Miami. Michael Irvin is making social media look social media is making Michael Irvin look like a crazy person.
That man is on a tour right now. I don't want to say it's a world tour. I don't know what kind of tour it is, but he's on one right now.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how some of y'all. Michael Irvin is very expressive, like a very expression-driven person. He's a football player. Like if he could go put on his shoulder pads and his helmet, he would have went out there and played against Notre Dame.
Through and through. He has a very colorful personality.
Right. So when you see him hyped on the sidelines, him yelling at the players, getting them going, that's what he is. Y'all may not be used to seeing that because y'all like doing TikTok dances and shit in the locker room and doing stupid shit. This is what football used to look like on the side.
That's what people who actually love the game of football, that's what they look like. Because that's what I look like on the sideline. Like, I don't care what game I'm at. If I'm on the sideline and I see a big play, if I see an exciting play, I best believe I'm acting like that.
Exactly. So, I don't want them to take that out of, football, let alone take it out of Michael Irvin. I like seeing that on the side, especially college football. Like, college football is completely different than the NFL. It's very up and down. It's very expressive. You need that. You need that type of energy on the sideline in college football.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think that type of energy matters, especially when it comes from alumni.
And Miami we can talk about everybody's alumni base and we can talk about it, but you know what it means when the guys from the U come back and they pour into those kids. It means a little bit more. Not saying not saying other alumni bases aren't dope and all that stuff, but Miami is really known for their guys coming back and really pouring into these kids.
I think it hits different for Miami. Kind of like how OGs come back in the NFL and they come back for their old team and, they reminisce with stories and stuff like that. I think for Miami specifically, or really just any kind of legacy team in college football, like it hits different when the guys come back, especially guys who have won national championships, who are legends, not only at the school, but at the next level. Like, you know what I mean? Like it hits a little different for them.
And I think Miami is unique in the sense of where Miami is and the kids that end up going to Miami, they live there. Like they're right there. Like they're right there. They're from that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of kids, if you go to Michigan, you could be from anywhere. You know what I mean? You go to USC, you could be from anywhere. Alabama, you could be from anywhere. But Miami specific, Miami, like all the Florida schools, Miami, Florida State, all you from there. Like you from there.
You most likely from there.
You know what I mean? You grew up a Canes fan, like you or a Seminole fan or a Gator fan, like that, or you grew up a Gator fan and you mad that they didn't recruit you, so you went to Florida State. So now you got another level of hatred for, like, it's weird. Like that triangle that they got going on is what makes those Florida rivalries dope, because all them kids played against each other from middle school to high school to college.
Pop Warner,
all the way down to the bottom. You know what I mean? So they've known about each other since they were kids. So they either played with or against all of these guys since they were kids.
Yeah, it just hits different, right? Especially when you guys like small town kids, small city kids, and they all end up going to the same school. They all end up either going to the same college or walking onto the same college, or somebody gets a scholarship here. Or you just never know, right? And like with the homebred kids, like it hits different to see guys who are also from that school, who also grew up in that area, come back and share their success. So
and it's just different. It hits like you said, it hits a lot different from when the guys like, oh, I watched you when you was in Miami, and you grew up not too far from me, and now I'm in Miami and I'm playing, and you coming to watch me play. That's a lot. That means a lot. I don't think a lot of people understand what that does to the spirit of a football player.
Yeah, and it's on both sides, right? It's not just for the kids who are playing, right? It's for the alumni that's coming back. right? Like they get to experience something that they haven't experienced in a while, right? And not just at an NFL level, but at a college level, because a lot of college stadiums are built bigger than NFL stadiums. So they hold a lot more fans, they hold a lot more people. That atmosphere just hits different when you coming back and you got the rings on, or you got the right, if whatever the case may be, the jersey, the ring of honor, whatever the case may be. It just that type of environment hits different, and there's a lot less politics, right? There's a lot less asking for this and oh well, you got to do that, and you know what I'm saying. They can just be them and have fun at the game and share some wisdom, and that's about it. Like that, they get to experience being what it's like to be in that setting again without actually being in that setting physically, right? As far as like being that age, but they get to experience everything that comes with being that age again, just as an adult, and they get to have a good time.
Right. And let's keep it Miami and old. Ray Lewis has some words for one Shannon Sharp.
And I know everybody, since I know everybody's already started to do this, don't start this, because I know where y'all going. Carson Beck still sucks.
Oh, he's still trash.
I want y'all to know, because I already know where the fuck y'all going, because I already see it. He still sucks.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
No, he's still trash. We're not going to change that.
Yeah. The one game in which he did not play very well, and I know he had 202 yards, but that does not mean he played well. Your boy still sucks. Let's not do that. CJ Carr isn't good either, because I know everybody was trying to put that narrative out. That nigga sucks. I think if they played any other quarterback, Notre Dame wins that game. But that man is not good at it either. No.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know he was that's Lloyd Carr's grandson.
Yeah. He needs to go back to the drawing board with his grandson and teach him how to throw accurately, because as of right now, he's a solid runner and he looks athletic when he runs the ball, but sir, you can't pass.
Well, Notre Dame has a thing with getting quarterbacks that can just, because last year the dude they had, what's his name? Riley Leonard. He couldn't throw for shit.
Nigga couldn't throw for shit. Same thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I said, y'all might want to get somebody who can throw it, because y'all got athletes at receiver. So
yeah, like you got athletes. You just got nobody at quarterback. That's the problem.
Yeah, no. Teach your boy how to throw.
So, what is this? Okay, but your thoughts on Ray and Unc going at it?
I just want to know why, right? Like, where is this coming from, right? Like, why do you feel like this is warranted? Why would you feel like you can speak on your boy like that, right?
Right. And I don't know. See, I don't get it. And I guess, he was on the podcast, and I don't know if it's his podcast or he's part of the podcast or whatever. And everybody needs, conversation talk. And whether Shannon drank and had the Black and Mild stuff, we understand that Shannon's being a character. We understand that.
Yeah.
Why don't you understand that? Like he sells, like he has a brand of liquor now, of course, but he's not playing anymore. Like I know a lot of players that when we were playing ball, they didn't do anything.
Nothing.
Because they were athletes. They, in their minds, they want to keep their body as high functioning as possible.
Yeah, most definitely.
But when they stopped playing, them niggas was doing all types of fuck shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't understand the vitriol, right? Like, this is supposed to be your boy, right? Even if they ask you a type of controversial question, if that's how you was really feeling, or if you really felt some type of way, then I feel like I'm the type of person to where if I have a problem, or if I feel some type of way about a homie, if I feel some type of way about somebody, I'm gonna call you.
Right. I'm gonna talk to you.
I'm gonna talk to you. You feel me? You're not gonna see me on some other platform saying some shit that I wouldn't say to you, that I wouldn't have said to you first. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like,
because if anything, he could have went on Club Shay Shay and be like, "Yo, what's up? You wasn't doing this when we were playing. Like, why all of this way? You get the answer from him."
You know what I mean? I just feel like you could have been, you feel me? You could have been a true homie about the shit, right? And instead of commenting, "Oh, well, he didn't used to drink and he didn't used to do all this stuff." So what? So what?
Life goes on, though.
And And this was the biggest thing about it, right? For me at least, right? Is like, are you prepared to judge a man and base his character off that?
No,
Because I
you
hope
better
not.
You
I
better
hope not. Right? You may not like the way he's moving, right? But at the same time, like, have you had a conversation? That's why I said, call him on the phone. Call that man. I know you got his number. When's the last time you talked to him? Have you had a conversation with him?
No,
Have you sat?
I mean,
like I said, this is the funniest part, right? Because you're a pastor, big dog. You talking about you don't like the direction in which he's moving. Have you prayed for him? Have you went to go talk to him? Have you went to go
no.
talk to
But
him?
the thing about it is, you don't see that this is Ray. Whether you got off on it or not, whether you did it or not, you are the second most famous football player for a stabbing in the news. It's OJ and you.
Do you know what people say when you bring up Ray Lewis? Didn't Ray Lewis kill a guy?
Like, you can't do, like, you got to shut the fuck up, bro. Like, you got to shut the fuck up.
Why are you sitting there talking about Shannon? This is the same dude who put his arm around you and let you stay at his crib.
You stayed at that man's house.
You stayed at his house. He put his arm around you and said, no matter what, this is my brother and I got him. But because you don't like the fact that he drinks now and plays like he smokes cigars and has his own alcohol company, which does very, very well, by the way, is working on his own production, actually has his own production company, right? Is working on his own channel on YouTube. He's working on his own channel on YouTube, right? So because of the fact that you don't like the way he's moving, right? Because he got caught up with the young OnlyFriends girl, right? Which if she's throwing it, he's a receiver, nigga. He's gonna catch it.
Yeah, I mean, he got caught slipping, but so did you.
And you got caught slipping to a worse extent. And it's like when your brother is, like he said, there's a lot of people who got things to say. A lot of people want to kick your boy while he's down, right? Why do you have to be one of those
part
people?
of it?
And for everybody that want to sit up there and say, "Oh, well, that's because Uncle Shay drank the juice and Ray Lewis ain't drinking the juice." Are you is that totally positive, big dog?
Look, and I know Ray, and I know Ray used to have a club in his basement at his house, so he didn't have to go out to a party and he call a DJ, bring the DJ to the crib, and everybody would do and dance and do all the shit down in his crib. Totally understand that because he didn't want to drink and drive, and he wanted to have a safe environment for teammates. If they did go out, look, if you're gonna go out, come here, because if you can't get home, you can stay here.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it, but you did some bullshit too. You did some bullshit.
Yeah,
okay?
And it's like you can't, when you're, like you said, motherfuckers kicking him while he's down, right? And instead of piling on, talking about he drank the juice and did this, and like that's what it seems like you doing, piling on, kicking him while he's down, because
for clicks,
for clicks, for likes. Oh, Ray Lewis said this, Ray Lewis said that, right? Instead of calling that man on the phone if you had a personal gripe with him, because that's supposed to be your boy.
Supposed to be.
At least that's what everybody else thought. I'm pretty sure that's what Shannon thought too. Until you went on bad mouthing him on a podcast instead of calling him. I'm all about calling the homie. That's basically what I'm saying. If you got something to say to the homie or about the homie, call him. Call him on the phone.
Talk to me first.
You know what I mean?
If you want to go and do all the other shit, but talk to me first.
But holla at the homie first. The podcast host shouldn't have heard about that. You should have hollered at Shannon first.
Yeah. Like Shannon shouldn't have to. He shouldn't be home and then pick up his phone or somebody texting him like, "Yo, Ray talking crazy about you."
Yeah, you see this clip? Ray's on the podcast saying some crazy shit. Like, nah, that's supposed to be a call from the homie, Ray, and you know that. That's not that's not cool, and you know that. I'm disappointed.
Very disappointed. Speaking of disappointment, Amari Cooper. And this whole, because I got two different stories, right? First, I got he wasn't he felt like he wasn't, he didn't love football like he thought he did, and that's why he's stepping away, yada, yada, yada. Then I get another story that he was upset that they wasn't going to start him over Deontay Thornton.
I think both are true, by the way.
See, I'm going to go with the latter. I think he still loves football. I think his ego got hurt because they didn't want to start him over Deontay Thornton. But you got to understand, bro, you just got here 2 weeks ago. Like, what do you think?
I've heard, like you, I've heard a few different narratives. I've heard the first two that you just mapped out, but I've also heard one that a lot of people saying that he's too old and all this other stuff like that. The one thing I'm going with is part of the latter of him being upset that, he didn't get a starting job. But at the same time, a lot of people got to remember, he was sitting on the couch for a long time. A lot of people don't really conflate the two when it comes to football and working out, right? When you're away from the game of football for as long as he was or off the field, right? A lot of things don't come back as quick as they used to, especially when you get a little bit up there in age, right? So you have to stay sharp. You have to stay. Me and Mel say it every single time we get on this fucking show. The best way to get better at football is to play football. It doesn't matter how much you're training on the field. It doesn't matter how much you lift. It doesn't matter how much you're running. If you're not on the field, literally going through drills, going through team, going through work, those type of workouts, it's not the same. So not only did he feel some type of way because the young guy obviously picked up the offense as faster than he did and is looking explosive and is thriving, but it's also because he hasn't played football in a while. He's out of shape. He may not be actually out of shape, but he's out of football shape. And
I don't think it's that, because didn't he play last year on the fucking Bills?
Yeah, but he ended up getting hurt.
Because how many games did this dummy play last year? Let me see.
Yeah. I think he only had what, like,
because he's
maybe,
making maybe
a few hundred yards.
Well, that's because he played with a shitty quarterback, but that's a whole
that too. But yeah, he played for two teams because
he left Cleveland and went to Buffalo.
He went to Buffalo.
Let's see. How many games did his dumbass play?
So he played 6 games in Cleveland and 8 games in Buffalo.
So he played 10 games last year.
Yeah, and he only started 4 games in Buffalo.
I'm trying to see, was he even active during
And a lot of those games, it was there, but he didn't play.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see if he was even active during the playoff games.
Yeah, and
yeah, because he caught 4 passes for 33 yards.
Yeah, and then I guess he was fighting through some type of injury. But my point is, a lot of the times when you're not in the shape as an athlete that you would like to be, right? Mm-hmm. And that may be in physical shape, that may be football shape. And on top of that, you pile that on with the ranking or the depth that you are on the roster, on the depth chart. Sometimes for athletes, they may not feel like it's worth it, which that's what I'm going with. I feel like he may have felt like he's not in the shape that he would like to be. He may be in football shape. He may be in shape, but he may not be in shape to his caliber. And then on top of that, he just got told that he's not going to be in the
You're not better than them. You're not better than them young boys. But the point, you weren't supposed to be better than them. You were supposed to mentor them.
You're supposed to mentor them. You're supposed to come in and show them how the ins and outs
to be a professional. And you didn't do that. Also, speaking of not being a professional, we got Spitgate. Cowboys Eagles Thursday night. You got Dak Prescott spitting on the ground, and then you have Jalen Carter spitting on him.
Okay. First and foremost, let me say this. By the NFL rules per 2025-2026 season, the act that Dak did was a penalty. Now,
Was it?
yes, it was.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just going per the NFL rules that they enacted this year.
What's the rule?
Per the taunting rule, right?
That was taunting?
Any
Okay,
act or it says any act or any physical move that you do towards the opponent is considered taunting. That's the rule. That's what they said in the NFL bylaws this year, 2025. If you commit or do any act, no matter what it is, you can literally clap, celebrate in their face, scream. Yet number 3 from the Eagles got a penalty for it.
Well, he stood over the dude.
Any act, you can literally sit up there and you can sit up, talk back and forth. They're cracking down on this shit so hard, bro. That's what the rule says. Any act that is deemed a taunting move towards the opponent is supposed to technically be a penalty. Now, what Jalen Carter did, spitting on somebody, that technically, like a lot of people don't understand, y'all got to look at the NFL rules. That technically counts as him throwing a punch. That's what that means. Technically counts as him throwing a punch because he ejected bodily fluid onto somebody else. That counts as him technically throwing a punch. So yes, he should have been ejected. But like I kept saying, because everybody trying to argue with me about this shit, I'm not saying that what Jalen Carter did was justified because that what Dak did. No, I'm saying per NFL rules that they enacted this year, what Dak did, spitting towards Jalen, smiling, and then nodding, that counts as taunting, and the Cowboys should have received a penalty per NFL rules.
Okay, makes sense.
Y'all can chalk it up as much as you want, Cowboy fans. Y'all can chalk it per NFL rules. That was what was supposed to happen, and I guarantee in a few days we're gonna see it come out.
Okay, and speaking of NFL rules, I need them to take away defenseless wide receiver and illegal contact
today, please.
Because, I mean, the football gods corrected it because that was a bad call in the end zone. The tight end dropped the ball in the first place, so there's that. The hit wasn't malicious in the sense of he wasn't targeting the dude. He was falling to the ground and he hit him. Like dislodging the ball from a receiver is part of football.
That's part of the game.
And this is coming from a receiver. It is your job to try to knock the ball away from me. I'm okay with that. But they called it a penalty, gave them the ball at like the fucking 5-yard line or some bullshit. But the very next play, they fumbled. Football gods took care of it because that was a bad call. Which actually kind of hurt because if he just drops the ball, they kick the field goal and get 3 points. On the opposite end, they get the first down. Next play, they run the ball. Miles Sanders fumbles. No points. Changes the whole outlook of the game.
Yep. Not to mention you guys abandoned the run with Javonte Williams to complete second half.
Yeah. So, all in all, that game went. Yeah, I mean, that game went exactly the way that I thought it would. I figured the Eagles would. And all for everybody who said that Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. What did y'all see last night? I just want to know.
Is he still not a good quarterback?
Yeah.
How many yards did Brown have?
Was that not a top 10 quarterback that you saw last night?
I seen top 5. How many yards Devontae Smith had? What about Saquon?
Right. Because you talked all this shit about how good those wide receivers are. Do you know that the Cowboys cornerbacks had them niggas in jail the whole night?
Oh, they were in straitjackets. I'm talking about jam, okay? Jam. Peanut butter and jam right here together. and it wasn't going nowhere. Okay. So does that mean that Jalen Hurts is top 5? Is he MVP? Is he Superman? Because he was doing the exact same thing that Cam was doing during his MVP season.
I'm saying
he's doing the exact same thing that Josh Allen was doing last year. That's what got Josh Allen MVP. If you look at the stats that Josh Allen had during his MVP run and the stats that Jalen Hurts had during his first Super Bowl run, they're damn near the same. So does that mean Jalen Hurts deserves MVP? Like I said, y'all better stop playing with me because I got it. Hold on. Wait a minute. There's more. Y'all remember what I said? Dak Prescott should have got a penalty. Taunting is generally defined as an act that could engender ill will between teams. Speeding in somebody's direction, no matter if it's on them or in their direction, can engender ill will between two teams because that is what ensued Jalen Carter to then go spit on Dak Prescott. They should have received a 15-yard penalty.
I 100% agree with that. See, that's what you get here. This type of insight that you get when you watch Inside the Huddle. Okay.
The facts, so
only the facts. We keep trying to tell you that. It's facts over feelings over here. All right. So let's run down these games for the rest of the week.
Let's get it.
For the rest of the weekend, I mean. All right. We are starting. We're going to start on Sunday, 10 o'clock. Early game. My Vegas Raiders, his Vegas Raiders, against the New England Patriots. I'm going home team on this one.
Yeah.
And I went and did some looking. We might have to do some. I might have to do some more because I was like, you know what? I want Ashton Jeanty to have a dope ass season, and I said, you know what? Ashton Jeanty gonna break the rookie record for rushing. And then I saw Eric Dickerson at 1,800 yards as a rookie.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. Pete would have to make it. Man, Pete would have to be there.
Yeah. So I was like,
speaking of my boy Ashton, it seems somebody been reading my tweets. Because every single game that you played, big dog, I've told you, stop trying to run everybody over. You got to make some people miss, brother. Okay? Use that agility. Use them cuts. Okay? Find open spaces. Maintain your body. All right? You're going to be in this league for a long time. You can't run everybody over. You got to make some people miss. Okay? There's some people you can't run over. There's some people that you got to, you just got to shake and bake them, man. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you started to listen because in your last press conference, you found out real quick, yeah. Sometimes you know what I mean? You gotta use your jump cuts, man. You know what I mean?
That's why you got them. That's why you got them. Next up, Giants Commanders. I'm going Washington, of course.
Okay, so look, I think the Commanders are going to win, but I think this is going to be a really good game for Jaden because I think this is going to put all of the sophomore slump bullshit to rest. The Giants have a sneaky good roster.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really good defense, and they have some really, really solid weapons, and not to mention they got Russ over there on the offensive side and Jackson Dart, right? So they have a really good roster. I think the Commanders as well have a really good roster. I think this is probably going to be a really high-scoring game as well. I'm not going to lie to you. But I think this game in particular, because of the strength of the Giants' D-line and their linebackers, I think this game quiets a lot of the haters that say that Jaden Daniels is going to have a sophomore slump.
Okay. Bengals, Browns. I'm going to go Bengals.
I'll go Bengals.
Because I need the wheels to fall off in Cleveland so we can get Shador.
I'll go Bengals. They finally got their head out of their ass and paid their best defensive player. So we'll see how this goes.
49ers, Seahawks.
I
know this is tough for you.
Don't be mad at me, Niner fans, because I know I got a few of y'all watching, but I'm calling an upset.
You going Hawks?
I'm calling an upset. I think the Hawks are going to get you.
First upset of the picks. Okay. Okay, we got the Dookie Bowl down in New Orleans. Saints Cardinals.
I was gonna say Saints got to be playing the Cardinals. We're gonna go Cardinals.
I'm gonna go fast feet. I'm gonna go Cardinals.
Yeah, we're gonna go baby legs and the Cardinals.
Okay. Dolphins Colts. It's another very ill game. I'm gonna take Miami.
I'm gonna go Miami. I like the Colts defense though. The Colts have a very good defense, and I see Jonathan Taylor having a really solid year again this year, but that quarterback situation scares me. So I'm gonna go the Dolphins.
Okay, so this is a very dope game.
Not to mention, I'm excited to see my boy Darren Waller again.
Right. Not really a dope game, but intriguing nonetheless. Lot of ties here. Not a lot of ties, but just ties in general. Jets, Steelers.
Week 1, they did that on purpose.
Definitely did it on purpose. And I'm going to do this on purpose. I'm taking the Jets. The Steelers is going to shit the bed all season long, and it's going to start with the Jets.
I like the Jets defense. Of course, they got Justin Fields over there with Garrett Wilson, his college teammates. So I'm pretty sure that connection is going to be strong. I think they're going with the young kid, Braylon Allen, instead of the other back that they had.
They're not starting.
Yeah, I don't think they're starting.
Well, I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I cannot think of his name right now, but I don't think they're starting him. I think they're starting with Allen because he's had a really good offseason, a really good camp. But I'm gonna go with the Jets because I don't
Brees Hall,
thank you. I don't feel like the Steelers have it all together just yet. Obviously, we understand the Steelers are always going to be formidable defensively, but I don't think that offense has it all tied together just yet. So I'm going to take the Jets. And like I said, I like the Jets defense a lot.
No, I'm Aaron Rodgers is going to fuck this up. Like, he is going to fuck this up. And I'm here for it. I wish they were doing hard knocks in Pittsburgh. I need that.
Not to mention, Sauce Gardner is on a revenge tour because everybody had him fucked up last year. So we'll be watching for that real closely.
Okie dokie. Carolina Panthers, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ooh, I like this game a lot.
This is actually a better game than people think.
It is. I like this game a lot, actually. I think this game is actually going to be sneaky competitive.
It's going to be very competitive. I think this is probably going to be one of the better games of the weekend. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go young Bryce on this. I'm gonna go young Bryce. Even though I think Jacksonville is gonna be better this year, but I also think the Panthers are gonna be better this year. These are two teams that are both ascending upwards. But I think young Bryce he continues on the momentum from last season into this season.
I definitely think Bryce takes a step up. I'm excited to see what William does this year. Hopefully he can quiet all the narratives and actually live up to his.
Well, it's going to be noisy for him on my end. Because I think they're going to lose this game, and it's going to get crazy.
But one thing I will say is I hope that Bryce continues to take a step in the right direction, and I think that's what's going to happen in this game. I do think that Carolina is going to pull this game out in a very, very close one. But I like this game. I think this is going to
be a good game. It's going to be like this. No one's going to talk shit about Trevor after this game. They're just going to be mad that the Jaguars lost.
Yeah. I think as far as quarterback play, I think both these quarterbacks are going to come out and have a really good showing. It's just I think this game is going to be lost defensively on the Jaguars' part.
Right. Next up, we got the Buccaneers and the Falcons.
Shaking Bakers.
Yes, you know I'm
taking
Shaking Bakers.
As high as I am on the Buccaneers, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very high on the Bucs. Okay, mainly because my boy Mike Evans is a Baker. All right, and I like Bucky. I have a sneaky feeling that the Falcons might be really good this year.
No, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be good as well. I don't have a lot of faith in the defense at the moment. At the moment, I think the defense has potential to be very good. But at the moment, not so much. I think Drake London has a very big season this year. I think Drake London and Bijan carry that offense this year.
Most definitely. I think we see a resurgence of Kyle Pitts, though.
I think he gets traded.
I think he gets traded mid-season, but I think what he does prior to that is the reason as to why he goes where he goes. Because I do think that they're going to get him more involved this year.
Okay. I still got Tampa Bay winning this game.
I'm going to go Falcons, but I'm going to go Falcons by a field goal. Like I said, I'm really high on the Bucks, but something tells me that the Falcons might get him this first game.
Okay. Where are we at? Okay. Titans, Broncos.
Tough first game for the rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Very tough
I'm going
game.
to say that. I'm taking the Broncos on this.
Yeah, that's a very tough game. We all know the Broncos defense, especially since they retooled, rekindled in the offseason. They had a really good defense last year. It just got better. Bosa Nixon, he's back for his second season. They also obviously retooled on offense, got better in the run game. That's a tough ask for a rookie quarterback in his first game. I'm gonna go Denver. As much as y'all know I hate Denver, but like I said, that's a tough ask for a rookie quarterback.
Yep. A lot of division games week 1. This one no different. Packers, Lions.
Now, I understand that a lot of people feel like the line may have changed because of the Micah Parsons trade. I don't think so.
I had the Packers winning regardless.
Of course, everybody knows my secondary team, my NFC team, go Pack Go, obviously, honorary cheesehead. Obviously, I think the Lions start off fiery as well. Dan the Man Campbell, you know that's my boy. And I think they pick up where they were mid-season before all the injuries happened. I think they get this one. The Packers get the next one. So I'm gonna go Lions this one.
Okay. Texans, Rams. This is another sneaky good game.
Is Matt Stafford playing?
I believe so. I didn't hear nothing about him not playing.
Give me the Rams because I don't like the Texans O-line.
You got Rams.
The only thing that scares me about the Texans is their O-line. Everything else I like. Their O-line.
You know what?
Gives me a little bit of problems.
I'm gonna go Rams too. Joe Mixon's not back, so the running game is going. I know they got Nick Chubb. I know they got Nick Chubb, but I don't think Nico is going to be 100. Like there's some tweaks and things.
Yeah, no, I think they start off kind of shaky just to kind of get back to where they was going. Like I said, that O-line scares me. So until I kind of see how that O-line is going to operate, and then they start to get back in the groove of things, I'm going to go to Rams. But don't sleep on the Texans for long. I think they get it together.
Yeah. Sunday night, big game. Bills Ravens.
I'm gonna go Ravens.
I'm going Action Jackson.
I know a lot of people.
I think Lamar's MVP tour starts. His MVP and Super Bowl run starts tomorrow. Sunday.
I'm gonna buy that and I'm gonna take that to the bank. Yeah. One thing that I can say about Lamar is that I think that he is very arrogantly humble, and he understands that the MVP should have been his last year. Amazing record-setting season, and didn't get it. So this is going to be the chance for him to really prove that he should have been MVP over Josh Allen. I do think that Ravens defense is really, really good. That Bills defense, unfortunately, is just getting older.
And I believe if everybody thought Lamar was nuts last year, I think this year he's going to be even better.
Well, not only that, and like I said, the D-Hop thing should have happened 3 years ago, but you get a healthy Zay Flowers back, you get D-Hop. Obviously, you got King Henry. We understand that Isaiah likely is going to be out for a while, but you still have Mark Henry or Mark Andrews, who's going to be hungry after the drop in the playoffs. So without obviously you don't have Coop, you got Shakir, Keon Coleman. They said he's taking some leaps and bounds. You still have Dalton, and then you obviously still have Cook on the opposite side of the ball. But I see a lot of hero ball coming from Josh Allen and coming from the Bills to try to prove that he deserved MVP, because there's been a lot of narrative that he didn't, and I think that's going to be their downfall.
Mm-hmm. And I just don't think he's that good of a quarterback. But we can have that conversation another day.
Also true.
Monday night, another division game. Bears, Vikings.
This is going to be, I think this is a sneaky good game too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get a showing of two young quarterbacks. JJ, who should have played last year but got hurt. Caleb, new offense, new head coach. Ben Johnson, obviously, is going to come out and want to make a name. But at the same time, you got that guy over there, man. He don't play no games with that defense. Brian Flores is not somebody to play with. And I think this is the matchup that a lot of people want to see. We've seen it last year with the Lions, but I think this is going to be a really good test to see just how much better the Bears got.
I'm taking King Lightskin and the Bears.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go.
And I think the Vikings, like I said, JJ's my guy too. JJ's my guy. But JJ hasn't played. This is his first game. Now, JJ goes out and do what I think JJ can do, then, the Vikings going to look good. But I just think it's going to take some time for JJ to get going in the league. It's going to take a couple games. It'll take 2-3 games for him to get used to what's happening.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that really has my concern right now.
Yeah, but if he gets it, like if he already got it, because I know what JJ is. I know what he is. He's going to be really, really good.
Mm-hmm. He's really good.
Really if he comes out the gate already like that, the Vikings are going to make some noise.
That connection with him and
Jettis.
Jettis.
See, also Jordan Addison's out.
Yeah, Jordan Addison's out. See, that's the thing. That's tough. Like I said, I think this is going to be a really good test for the Bears, especially defensive, especially seeing how they're going to go against that defense with Brian Flores and all the packages and blitzes that he sends. I'm going to take Caleb and the Bears, but I would not be surprised if JJ comes out and he is absolutely on fire.
Yeah, if Addison was playing, I would definitely lean more Vikings, especially with that defense. But I think with no Jordan Addison, I know they picked up somebody else. I can't remember who the other receiver is.
I know Jalen Rieger's on the team still, so
let me take a sneak peek real quick before we head up on out of chair. Adam Thielen was who they got back.
You bring back Adam Thielen. Jalen Naylor is the name we was talking about.
Yeah.
So I mean, yep, you still got Aaron Jones, Justin. You brought back Thielen. You still got TJ, who's healthy this year, so that's going to be a plus. But yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it at all.
Not mad at it. But I think the Bears secondary is good enough. They can man up on Thielen and bracket Jettis and make it tough for him.
Yeah.
So hey, that's why they play the games, though. That's why they play the games.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very competitive week. I think week 1 is going to be really exciting. We're in for some really good games.
So we are going against each other in 1, 2, 3 games. We're locked in on all the others.
Yep. That's what it is.
All right.
Sounds like a plan.
So we shall see.
Yeah. No prominent college games like that. Just a regular college football weekend. All the really big.
I didn't do the college. We're gonna review them anyway, but
I was just looking through the schedule. I know that everybody was probably wondering.
No, we got Michigan, Oklahoma.
I know Michigan. I was gonna say the only really prominent game is Michigan, Oklahoma. I guess until further ado, until we see some other teams maybe make some splashes to kind of change up the top 25. But as of right now, that's the
only top 20. That's the only top 25 team.
Yeah, it's the biggest game.
Who would have thought that going into the University of Louisiana Monroe Alabama game, that the team with the win would be Louisiana Monroe.
Louisiana Monroe and Alabama, out of all schools, would be 0-1 at 21 ranking.
That's crazy. We'll get into the Alabama chit chat later, but that motherfucker lose. Don't fuck around and lose the Louisiana Monroe. You do that shit, John Gruden ass will be in that seat tomorrow.
Hey, they gonna come ejecto-cito you out of fucking Tuscaloosa.
I don't even think you make it off the field, bro.
Yeah, brother, I'm trying to tell you, Kalen DeBoer, I really don't want to say his name, but bro, I'm trying to tell you, you better go out and win this goddamn game.
You better by a lot.
Alabama, you cannot start off 0-2.
No, you can't. But like I said, we'll get into all of that. We'll get into the college football stuff as well next week. We know Colorado has Delaware, so that's not really a big game. I guess we'll sit back and watch and see what Juju Lewis looks like. If he gets some snaps and see what he does. But this is week 1 of the NFL season. Mm-hmm. We are here. We have football every week from now till February.
Yes, sir. We are back. Football's back. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Football lineup set because fantasy football is back too. Let's go.
Oh, you know what? I might have fucked up. Did I have anybody playing tonight on my fantasy team? I think I did. Hold on. We can do.
I think I might have one person playing, but I'm not too sure.
Wait, I can't even find my. Where's the app at? Oh, there it goes. I'm like, where the fuck is the app at? How bad is it looking for me right now? Very bad. Isaiah Pacheco got me 5 fucking points, and the Eagles defense got me 11. So that's not good.
Yikes.
So unless I got some people that go absolutely crazy, this is gonna be a bad look for the boy.
Well, you're not doing too bad because AJ Brown only got me like 0.5 points yesterday, so that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Well, I might have to make a switch. I got Abdul Carter. I might switch Abdul Carter out on my defense for somebody. For who's my other defender?
Yeah, I might have to shake up the lineup a little bit just so I can preserve a few leagues. I'm in like 8, maybe 9 leagues this year. Had to cut it down from 12. So I might have to switch some things up, but I think I got it. I think I got week 1 in the bag.
All right. So we'll keep you updated on our fantasy football bullshit. And we'll keep it pushing. Like I said, this is only week 1. We got more to go. College football, NFL. I will be reaching out to all of the friends of the shows and get them coming in through the week. So enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn